The Trenton Free Public Library is home to Trentoniana, a special room that serves as a grand collection of Trenton's history. Much of this history is documented in the form of books, photographs, films, and more, but a certain handful of newspaper clippings caught my eye. On March 5, 1989, two golfers stumbled across the severed head of a woman at the Hopewell Valley Golf Club. After this discovery, authorities attempted to identify her with multiple sketches and facial reconstruction models, which were unsuccessful. Later in the spring of '89, two legs were found in a creek in Jefferson Township, about 80 miles north of Hopewell. DNA tests taken in 2007 determined that the legs matched the severed victim's head. With no further evidence and a lack of any identifiers, the case continued to run cold. On June 28, 1993, state troopers on patrol saw a pickup truck missing a license plate. The driver ignored authorities as they indicated for them to pull over, leading them on a car chase that eventually ended with the driver losing control and crashing into a light pole. When caught, authorities identified the driver as Joel David Rifkin, and in his trunk laid the body of Tiffany Bresciani wrapped in a tarp. Bresciani was Rifkin's last victim, one of 17 that he had admitted to when interrogated. Former Hopewell detective Bruce Carnall had been leading in the case involving the severed head in 1989 before his retirement in 2005. After the arrest and interrogation of Rifkin in '93, Carnall couldn't help but feel as though Rifkin's murders had been tied to the unidentified woman from March of 1989, stating that he could see the similarities between Rifkin's other victims and her. Almost 25 years later, the victim found at the Hopewell Valley Golf Club was identified as 25-year-old Heidi Balk. Rifkin, now labeled a serial killer, mentioned a prostitute by the name of Susie, one of the names Balk had gone by. He had removed her teeth and fingertips to make identification of the victim more difficult. Balk had been the first of the 17 murders. Authorities recalled receiving a call for a missing person in 2001 from Balk's aunt, tying up loose ends to the cold case. Joel Rifkin is currently in the Clinton Correctional Facility in New York, serving 203 years of life imprisonment for the murders between 1989 and 1993. As this video comes to an end, I've deemed it important to acknowledge the individuals whose lives Rifkin had taken. Even though they were sex workers, many of them battled with drug addiction and turned toward that life to fuel it. And while these women are often deemed invisible to society, they are still human beings. Sisters, daughters, granddaughters, friends. Do not forget that.